Hi, Uncle Sam here. It's nice to see you again. So, today we are gonna be talking about the power of writing. So, in this opportunity, I will present to you a lesson plan that is possible for using writing to introduce students to numbers and letters. So, in this lesson plan, there are two objectives of this lesson plan. The first one is to use the power of writing to help students understand letters and numbers, and then to provide differentiation towards students' agency, where students are allowed to choose the form that they want. So there are three possible activity that will be delivered in this lesson plan. The first one, you may observe these worksheets on the right. Find the letters. So in this activity, students are asked to trace the letters and then color the circle that have the letter they traced. For example, in this worksheet, the object is jar. So the word jar begins with J. So the letter J is written here in the uppercase. So the uppercase J will be traced by the students. After that, they will observe these circles here, and they will find which circles contain the letter J. So there will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 circles containing letter J. After that, they will be asked to color the circle based on what colors and various colors they liked. So in this activity, students can be facilitated. The students who are good in visual will be facilitated by doing a tracing letter activity. So they will recognize the shape of the letter, in this case the letter J. Students who are good in visual, they will associate the shape of this letter with, for example, the handle of the umbrella. In addition, it will also facilitate students who are good in arts because there is coloring activity. So students who are good in arts can express their talent by doing a coloring activity. The second activity here is a C. C is for cactus. So the activity number 2 will enable students to identify the objects containing the specific letter to be discussed, in this case letter C. So students will identify which of these objects begins with letter C. So they will be asked for observing the objects one by one. The first one, hat, it's not C. Magnifier, M. Pillow, P. Milk, M. Cat, C. So the cat will be chosen for the objects begin with letter C. Let's observe the next object. Pencil, P. No. Banana, B. No. Can, C. Oh, C. So can begins with letter C. So there are two objects begin with letter C, cat and can. So students, after identifying the objects, they will practice to trace the letter C. They will trace several times C, C, C. So they will know how to write C from up here all the way down. By observing and tracing the letter C, students can identify the shape of the C. It looks like the shape of this banana, or it looks like the shape of crescent moon. So they will identify, and then in this activity also can provide them activity to write the letter by themselves to practice. So practice makes perfect, right? And the last activity that is possible to do to promote students to recognize letter and number by using writing activity is letter and number sorting. So in this activity, students can practice their fine motor to trace letter and number at the same activity. So the first one, they will be asked to trace the letter here. The letter also provided in uppercase and lowercase, so they can distinguish which one is uppercase, which one is lowercase. In the same activity, they are also required to trace number, so they can distinguish which one is numbers, which one is letters. After that, students are asked to cut out these sheets into the shape of rectangles here. After that, they will classify which one is letters, which one is numbers. So letters should be put in the correct jar labeled by letters here, and numbers also should be put in the correct jars labeled by numbers here. So by classifying the correct numbers and letters into the correct jars, it will promote students' analytical skills. So besides they learn letter and number, they will also train their analytical skills. So these activities are the activity that are possible to do to promote writing activity in promoting or introducing students to letters and numbers, and those are the power of writing. So thank you from Uncle Sam today. See you next time. Uncle Sam out.